Driving at facesofdrunkdriving.com. Sponsored by TxDOT.
Hello, Central Texas sports fans. Get in the game with the ESPN Central Texas listener line. Hello. Call or text 254-662-1660. 254-662-1660.
Hello, sports fans.
For your shot at awesome giveaways and contests. Want to share your hottest sports take? We're all ears. Hello? That's 254-662-1660. Join the conversation. Win big and let your voice be heard with ESPN Central Texas.
When you have a litter-free state of mind, you get the answer to all of life's great questions right in your head. Like,
am I a jerk because I let trash fly out of the car window? Yes. If I throw garbage out of my truck and no one sees it, really? Can I be fined up to $2,000 for littering on? Yes, come on. And should I dispose of litter properly because I'm a proud Texan? Exactly what Don't Mess with Texas means.
get your litter-free state of mind today. And don't mess with Texas.
Scott Drew and the Bears on the road in Big 12 play. All right, last spot. Boys right here with Pat and John.
Bears on the road in Big 12 play Friday night, taking on the Kansas Jayhawks. 6:30 for the countdown to tip.
Sure thing, bud.
7 p.m. tip-off Friday.
Follow the Bears all season long with Hall of Famer Pat Nunley and the voice of the Bears, John Morris, on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
All right, guys, have a great show.
To the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's show is broadcast live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue and brought to you by Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Texas Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. TFNB, your bank for life, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. HEB, the official grocer of Baylor Athletics. Proudly serving Texans since 1905. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris.
And hi and welcome live from Rudy's. It is the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Glad you're with us as we kick off our series of Baylor Coaches Shows for the spring semester. And, folks, we have a great show for you tonight. Join me in welcoming our leadoff guest this evening for tonight for the spring. Michael Woodson, Baylor men's tennis coach, is with us. Welcome to you.
Well, it's good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here. When you say good to be back, that could be that could have several meanings. Could be good to be back from the shows in the fall. Could be good to be back in Texas because you've been in California.
Yeah, I would say it's both.
Yeah.
It's good to be back on the show, but also happy to be home.
Yeah.
We had a great trip out in California. It was a lot of fun. I think our guys got closer together. We were obviously tested competitively, but it's good. It's always good to be home. Excited to start a home slate soon.
You played one match out there, and I'll get you to talk more about it, and lost to number 8 San Diego 5-2. But it was sort of your spring training, if you will, right, out there prior to the match.
Yes, so this is our 4th year actually going out to Indian Wells to start the spring season. This is my 10th time doing a preseason, and in previous years, it felt like we always left something to be desired with our spring training. We had traveled to different states, different parts of Texas. We had stayed here. We had rented a house out in Crawford, and then driven to our courts. We've tried it all. And so I called Paula Hurd a few years ago thinking, hey, maybe we could practice on the Indian Wells Masters
courts.
Ooh, nice. And what does she think about that? Does she have any pull? And she won up to that and then has upped it every single year that we've gone back. And so we've been able to, very fortunate. Scott Burler, the director of tennis at the Vintage Club, has welcomed us on to his courts and into his facility. And Paula and her family and friends there just take incredible care of our guys. And it's just an amazing venue to train. It's beautiful. The weather's fantastic. And we get spoiled rotten, but also get to work hard. Like the guys, they're not going to complain while they're out there training really hard in the venue that they're in and with the company that they get to keep. And so we do a lot of fun, different things and do some team building, but also play a ton of tennis. And so really was able to round ourselves into form out there for a few days.
Very cool. So follow-up questions. Number one, weather was just perfect, probably.
There was maybe a day where it was cool and windy, but in the desert at this time, it's about 65 degrees in the middle of the day. It gets light very early. It gets dark kind of early, and so with the sun and no wind, it feels really nice in the middle of the day. So we'll get out there at maybe 8 a.m., go to 8 to 10, and then we'll take a little break, get some lunch, and then come back from say 1 to 3, and then get in the gym, and then it gets dark, and we have dinner together and do different activities in the evening.
Wow. And it's such a great tie-in with Paula Hurd being there. Of course, her late husband, Mark Hurd, and it's the Hurd Tennis Center, that is our home courts here. What a great tie-in. And she, I know you guys love it, but she loves it also, doesn't she?
I do think she really enjoys having us around. She plays tennis every single day, and so it's fun to get out there and coach her. She says she gets nervous, but I think she plays better, and she's super competitive. And so the guys get out and play with her and the other members of the club, and we get to spend time and have her get to know the guys a little bit better. And her daughter Kelly is usually around, who went to Baylor as well, and so it's really a family affair, and they've been so instrumental, and not just with Baylor tennis, but our athletic department, our university, obviously the beautiful new facilities that we have are many thanks to her and her family, and so it's just nice to be able to have that relationship and continue to try to live out Mark's legacy.
Yeah, very cool. Thank you to Paula. Again, we appreciate all the things that she and Mark have done through the years. Okay, is this a fair question? Was Bill Gates around?
He was, yes.
Really?
And yes,
okay.
he was around, and he's a big tennis fan.
He's a tennis guy, isn't he?
He does. Yeah. He plays pretty much every day, that and pickleball, and so he's pretty competitive as well. And so it's good. It was good to spend time with him, and for the guys, obviously love the opportunity to speak with him and pick his brain. I mean, he's really an incredible guy, and I would say just so humble and gracious in his time with our young men and with our staff, and the opportunity to just even do little things like a puzzle with him is just really rewarding, and learn a lot, and just very impressive. Everybody that we get to meet out there is just so generous to us, and so nice to spend that time. I think we're able to make memories, not just the players, but the staff, that are going to last a lifetime.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I hope that lasts for a long time. I can't imagine any place any better than Indian Wells.
We feel like the adopted home club team of the Vintage Club, and so as long as they will have us, we will be returning.
Very cool. That's great. All right, and then you played San Diego when you were out there, a top 10 team to start the season, and looks like, you lost, but it looks like you played pretty well, or very well.
We competed hard, and that was really what I was looking for. I mean, we've been talking, we've got a veteran group, we've been talking a lot about just, making every day the best that we can, and not focusing too much on, it's a big match, or we're playing a really good team and we need to step up. No, this is the habits that we have and our disciplines, and certainly it was a big match, and they have a returning roster that's veteran laden and very high level, and they were, I think, top 6 or top 5 the whole year last year. Wow. And to play at home, I think was a big advantage for them. And I think we started a little bit slow at 1 and 2 doubles, and that probably ultimately cost us the doubles point, which maybe cost us the match. But we had 6 set points on the first set of the match that we lost in straight sets. Every other match went 3 sets. The overall match, I think, lasted about 3 hours and 55 minutes. Wow. I mean, it was a battle, and all 4 singles matches that we lost, we had chances, and we were either up a break or serve for the match, or it was as good as losing can be. In that type of setting. Like, I don't like to lose. None of us like to lose, but really appreciated the competitiveness of the guys, the way they showed up together, how objective they were after the match of, hey, I need to work on X, Y, and Z, and then we're gonna move on. We know we're likely going to play a team like this again, maybe at National Indoors next month against the same team at home, but it's good for them to see, even without all of our guys healthy and available to play, that we're right there, and we have a bright future, I think, if these guys can stay on the path that they're on.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So I said number 8, San Diego. So I'm going off the release that was on our website, and in the heading it says number 8 San Diego, and then down in the body of the text it says number 6 San Diego.
I think they might have finished the year at number 6.
Okay.
They were, I believe, preseason they're number 8.
So they're both right.
Yeah, they're very good.
And you guys are 16 in the preseason poll.
Yes, yes.
That's pretty salty.
We have a good group. I would say it's an appropriate ranking. I want to see what we can do. And I want us to be able to earn that upper echelon of the rankings. And there's just the world of college tennis right now. It's never been stronger. I mean, the guys that are every single player in the world that in the juniors is pretty much coming to college. And so every year the number 1 junior in the world is coming. Wow. And so we really are in a golden age for collegiate tennis. And so to say we have a very good team, I mean, we do, but there's also a lot of other very good teams. And so it'll be really interesting to see how they all gel together, how, can we stay healthy? Can we develop? What's our depth look like? Are we going to be able to win up and down the lineup? How's the doubles going to look? And I think, the margins are small. So, we're going to see what we can do, but I do like what we've got.
That's fascinating. I want to dive a little deeper into that, but let's take a break, and we'll be back with more in just a moment. We're off and running live from Rudy's on the Circle in Waco. We're glad you're with us this evening. It's our inaugural Baylor Coaches Show for the spring semester. We're presented by Central National Bank, your leading independent bank, and we'll be back with Coach Michael Woodson talking men's tennis right after this.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Hey, John, I have a question for Coach.
Here's a tip. No reputable
Okay, I on the men's side, I remember him talking about how Virginia got a lot of NIL money, and it basically got him a national championship. Anybody doing anything like that on the women's side?
Brought to you by Central National Bank.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He talked about it. My bad.
Yeah, no problem.
Virginia last year. Did anybody do that again? It should be the question.
In Texas, it's built by Texas, which means the Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for offer details. Offer available in select states and ends 2/2/26.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Live from Rudy's on the Circle in Waco, our Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Thanks to our host here at Rudy's. Always love coming in here. Rudy's a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. And here live from Rudy's, we continue with Coach Michael Woodson, Baylor men's tennis coach. Season is underway. One match we talked about against San Diego. You said something really caught my attention. You said this is sort of the golden era of collegiate tennis. What do you mean by that? Have we gotten to that point?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the world that we live in today with the transfer portal and NIL and not having to sit out coming in. And so there's a lot of international players and even really some Americans that have initially turned pro. What does that look like in tennis? They're not really signing contracts that much. I mean, you're not playing for a professional team. You're just out on your own. And some of these young men and young women are getting into the top 700, 600, 500, 400, realizing this is really hard, especially on the men's side. They're developing physically later. The tournaments and the conditions are pretty poor going from, say you're number one junior in the world, you're playing all the Grand Slams in the juniors. You're getting treated like a king.
Right.
And then you go out and you play at a 15K futures in Egypt and you can't even get on a court to warm up.
Right.
And so it's a totally different world and these young men are not mature enough to handle that. Very few have the resources to be able to put a team around them to keep them focused. And so it really makes a lot more sense to come to college. All of these college players are really just very, I would say 20 to 30 every year, just taking, finishing school and running up the rankings. There are two guys right now that just played college in the spring and in the fall. One's coming back right now that are in the main draw of Aussie Open currently. Like they just qualified in. And so you're seeing guys that are close to top 100 playing college tennis currently. And so it's really, it's an amazing time. And I think you're seeing that, how it's a place that you can really develop. So it's actually a great product, but also the resources are nothing like going out and playing at a small futures tournament, which for those that don't know, a low level professional tournament, you could win the tournament and make $1,500 to $2,000, which doesn't cover the expenses of you getting to that country, staying there the whole week. It's not like you're getting everything paid for. And so it really is a big contrast in resources and treatment. And so why wouldn't you go to a school, have everything paid for? You obviously, for those that understand and appreciate it, you've got a great backup plan. You're going to get a quality education. You're going to be well set for the rest of your life, and you can develop to potentially play professional tennis.
Interesting. So more top players are coming into college where in the past they might have bypassed.
Yes, I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look, of course, but it's the last several number one juniors in the world have all come to college, including the one that's currently ranked, or the two that touched number one last year both come to college.
Golly, is this a fair question? The James Nagy situation with Baylor men's basketball, perfectly legal, just different because he was drafted by the NBA, never signed a contract. Is it your version of that? Is it similar to that?
Yes, I would say it's very similar. It's with the international kids. Once you understand the space, reading about his story doesn't surprise me at all. It makes complete sense. We deal in this every day, in men's and women's tennis.
Wouldn't be a big deal, right?
No, not at all. And so we see it all the time. But where you graduate from, when you graduate, is all very different. In the Netherlands, kids are 16, maybe 17 years old. In Czech Republic, they're 20, sometimes 21 when they graduate from high school. And in England and Germany, it depends on what degree you take. You can graduate 3 different years, and so everything is just different. And so you've got the academic side, but then also you're playing professionally. It's such a weird sport because our amateurs are playing with professionals. They can take the money, but only expenses. You'd have to get very high up before you're really making money on the tennis tour. And so you can see these guys and girls that are some of the best players in the world legitimately in the top 300, but they're not making money. And so it makes sense to come to college. It will pass through the NCAA rules. And don't get me wrong, I think we need to tighten up some stuff here.
Gotcha.
But it's nothing new for us over the past several years.
Okay, we could spend an hour talking about that one subject. Let's talk about your team this year. And it seems like you've got a really good mix. Some returning guys like Devin, some others good core returning, and a really good mix of newcomers.
Yeah, I'm excited. We've got, 5 of our 6. We had about 7 guys that played regularly last year. So 5 of those guys are all back. And then we added Connor Van Skalkvik, who was probably the highest rated transfer in the country that came from Old Dominion. He's starting the spring ranked number 17 in the country, and in singles had an amazing fall. And then we've got 3 freshmen, 2 of which are ready. One we're working on as quickly as we can, to get back from some sickness. And so it's a great group. We've got a lot of talent. I do think we've got a lot of veteran leadership, and then the new guys have really understood the system very quickly. They've learned from the leaders, the older guys, very well, and are just catching on fast, which I love seeing. And so it's a nice mix of youthful excitement and exuberance. The young Americans always keep it interesting and fresh for our older guys, and then the old guys kind of know the ropes and understand where they need to go and what they need to do to get there, and are showing the way to the new guys. So it's a fun balance.
So Connor, your transfer from ODU, did he play number 1 for you against San Diego?
He played 3.
3, okay.
3, yes.
Gotcha. Very good. Really good mix there. And what is next? What's your next match coming up?
We have Lamar at home.
Oh, that's
on
right,
Saturday.
Lamar this
yes,
week.
We
Doubleheader.
Yes.
So that's this Saturday at home, probably indoors?
We will be inside from now until the end of the National Indoor Championship. So we'll play Lamar twice on Saturday, then we play Wisconsin at home on Monday. And
Monday.
Some big matches at home for a couple of weeks, and then we'll play at TCU back at home against A&M in the National Indoor Championship.
Right, gotcha. Which is here in Waco, which is big. We want to talk about that. Congratulations to you and really to the entire tennis program. The Hurd Tennis Center was recognized nationally again.
Yeah, really cool. It earned National Collegiate Facility of the Year for the second time in a decade.
Yeah.
And, I really do think it's an incredible team effort from our athletic department, the staff, the facility itself is amazing. I think we do a great job as, tennis coaches, support staff, and our student athletes of engaging the community. We have a great partnership with Club Tennis. We have a great partnership with Waco Regional Tennis Center as well as Ridgewood Country Club, and we partner with them to bring different events to our facility as well, different professional tournaments, and so it feels like the central hub of tennis in Texas and sometimes in the country. So hosting all the national championships, but it feels like every other week we've got a different tournament come into town and here, whether it's high school, college, professionally. It's pretty special. So
love it.
I do think, of course I'm biased, but I do think it's the best facility in the country.
Love it. That is great. All right, let's talk more about those national indoors that are coming to Waco next month, and we'll do that and more questions from the audience when we come back as well. We are live at Rudy's. It's the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank, and we're back live from Rudy's right after this.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is a longtime supporter of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Baylor fans are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and get your own custom Baylor Bear debit card. With 6 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Live from Rudy's on the Baylor Coaches Show on this Thursday evening. We appreciate everyone being with us tonight. Let's give you our Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics Health Tip of the Week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott and White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. And we continue with Michael Woodson, Baylor men's tennis coach. Mitch Thompson warming up in the bullpen. We'll have him bottom of the hour. And you mentioned a couple of times the ITA National Indoors that are coming back here to Waco next month. How great is that?
We're very fortunate to be able to host this again. It's an amazing event. It's the premier event that the ITA puts on every year, and so we'll be really fortunate to host 8 of the best teams in the country. Wow. And then the finals will take place at SMU, and so we're great partners with them and excited to host it, and to be able to participate again is always an honor.
Man, that's great. And is this the second year we have hosted that?
Yes,
or
this
more
is
than
the second year in a row that we've hosted. We had never hosted before.
Okay.
We're in the second year of a pilot program where we're testing out having 2 hosts instead of 1, to try to give a better experience to the 16 teams that make it. Just playing in the college facilities are suited for the college game, and when one school hosts, then usually there's a secondary site that isn't quite the same. And so we've done this not really being sure how it's going to go, and it's worked out really well. On the women's side, it's been at Northwestern Illinois, and then we're going to announce here in the next few weeks. I'm on that committee to try to preview what's coming for the years to come. But it really has been a great, I think, event for the student athletes. I think the experience has been elevated, but then also we're getting more bids from different schools around the country and partners that happen to be close to each other. So it's exciting to see it expand, and for student athletes, they get to play in it every year. To see it move around the country, I think is special.
So it's going to move around. There's no way we can lock this in.
We decided not to put in a bid for the next year, just to make sure that we were giving an opportunity for everybody else, and certainly I think in the future we will do it again.
So February 13th through the 15th here in Waco. Are there opportunities for people to volunteer? I mean, certainly you want them to come and support, but any other opportunities out there?
I think just coming out to the matches is going to be the best thing that you can do to support us. We'll likely be the 3rd match on Friday at not before 3:30 p.m. and we'll find out who the other. There's this thing called the ITA National Kickoff Weekend that 14 schools host, and there will be 14 qualifiers, and then SMU and Baylor will be in automatically as hosts. And so that's the weekend of the 24th and 25th. So after that, we'll know who all is coming to Waco, and then we'll know our matchups about a week and a half after that, and then tickets should go on sale soon, and we would love to fill it up every time we play.
Nice, very good. All right, so keep that in mind. February 13th and 15th through the 15th, the ITA National Indoors right here in Waco. Let's make sure we have enough time for questions from the audience. Roy, right here front and center, asks, with a veteran team, are the freshmen going to be major contributors this spring?
I do believe yes. Blake Anderson had the opportunity to play doubles against San Diego. He did a great job. We were confident in him, but he did a really good job. That was impressive to see. Drew Hedgeko has been impressive every single day. I think I characterized him here last time as the hardest worker on our team, and he has continued to push that. I think we're going to see some great things out of him this spring. And then Calvin Barrell has fought some illness over the last couple months, but was a highly touted recruit for us and one of the best Americans coming in the country. And so I think when he's ready, he'll go in and have plenty of opportunities as well. So we're excited about those 3 guys, and I think they'll make a huge impact on the team this spring.
Nice, very good. Aaron in Hewitt asked about the old NIL, knowing that some schools really poured a lot of money into their program and it paid off for them. Where does that stand in your mind?
Yeah, I would say that's expanded this year. I think there was a blueprint that maybe one of the teams, participated in last year, and that certainly has expanded. I think, now with student athletes, especially the international kids, not having to sit out on the front end of their eligibility. You're seeing a lot of NIL deals that are bringing in 22, 23, 24, 25, 26-year-olds,
wow.
Into college this spring. And so, yes, it is within the rules. They're finding ways to do it right now, but I don't know if I love the idea of, having a transactional player on my team. I want guys that want to be at Baylor, that want to get a degree from Baylor. Certainly if it's a Jensen Brooksby situation where he comes in and then he's ready to turn pro, that's a different story.
Right.
But coming in with no intention to graduate, I'm not really on board with that. And so it's happening. I think I don't know if we're gonna play any teams in the top 15, 20 that aren't really taking advantage of the rules right now. But that's the game currently, and I think we're just trying to do it the best way that we can for Baylor and do right by our guys and compete hard. And I like who we have and wouldn't want to roll with anybody else.
Hey, it's collegiate tennis. That's
Absolutely.
Good. I'm all for that myself. All right, here's a question from Christian. Is this Christian right there in the cap? All right, Christian asked, how many – look at that handwriting. Isn't that nice?
That's really
it's
good.
Better than mine. How many championships have you won?
Me personally, with my racket, none. But since I've been at Baylor, I think we've won 4 Big 12 championships, maybe 5. I'd have to go back and look. And a ton of credit to the players. They are the ones that are holding the rackets, that are doing all the hard work, and it's just honestly an amazing honor to be a part of the program and to get to serve these special young men every day. Thank
Very
you.
cool. Christian, good question. Thank you. All right, final question. TJ, doing okay?
You're going to have to ask the guy that's in the bullpen
Well, I'm asking,
right now.
no, this is the segue between you two, okay? TJ is Michael's brother who is here playing baseball now, right?
He seems to be doing very well.
Okay.
The first question I ever ask him is, are you the hardest working guy on the team?
Oh, nice. Very good.
And he always humbly says no. And he's like, I'm just trying to follow the other guys that work hard. But he's really enjoying it at Baylor. He's got a great group of friends. I've just been really impressed by the young men that Mitch has brought in to surround TJ as he gets used to his freshman year. Those guys are fantastic guys, and they're really close with some of my guys, which is kind of cool. There's 8 freshmen that are all together, 3
that is great.
tennis players, 5 baseball players, and so that's been really special to see. And I went on a walk with John Maurer early today, and he stopped. He's like, is that your brother taking ground balls with Mitch, eyeing him from behind? And I was like, I don't know. He's pretty far away, but I think so. And he goes, man, just stop and just take a second to appreciate how special this is. And so, you get caught up in the hustle and the bustle of every day, and it just feels like, it's TJ's here, my family's here, but it is incredibly special what we're going through. And so I'm honestly so excited I think it's February 13th is their first game, and I can't wait to be the biggest Baylor baseball fan out there.
Very cool. I'm excited for you and for him and your family. Your whole family's here.
No,
your
it's
dad's
really
here
cool.
now, right?
Yes, my dad. Yeah, my dad, my stepmom. We were watching my sister play earlier at Abilene. It's pretty cool. So
That's great. Well, thanks for being here. Congratulations on a really good start. It wasn't a win, but a really good start, and we'll have you back later in the spring.
Thank you so
All
much.
Right. Michael Woodson, Baylor men's tennis coach. Remember those ITA National Indoors, February 13th through the 15th right here in Waco. We'll talk baseball when we come back. We'll ask Coach Thompson about TJ Woodson. We'll do that and more when we come back on the Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's, presented by Central National Bank.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by Texas, which means the Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 of Vengeance cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for offer details. Offer available in select states and ends 2/2/26.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances,
we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. If you get a call saying they're going to lock you in jail for missing jury duty unless you pay a fine, that's fake. Scammers use scare tactics to force you to act without thinking. Just hang up the phone.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And welcome back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Folks, join me in welcoming our next guest tonight. It is Mitch Thompson, Baylor baseball coach. Welcome to you. Glad you're here.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Looking good, ready to go, just bright-eyed, and week of practice almost done. How's the first week been?
You know, first week's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can you believe this weather? Don't anybody say anything.
Right.
We're going to tiptoe around. It's just been phenomenal, and couldn't be any better. So
put it on the calendar. February 13th, your opener. It's going to be 30 with wind out of the north.
Probably need a jacket.
Yeah, but it is great so far. So I finished with Coach Woodson. You were here asking about his brother, TJ Woodson, who's on the team. How's he looking out there?
TJ's a great young man, good freshman. He's going to be a good player for us.
Nice. What position?
You know, he's playing. He's a shortstop by trade, but we're working him at both short, second, third. We're trying to figure it out, different things, and you know, going to be a really good player. He just continues to grow and get stronger, and you know, he's getting challenged. And that's good. That's good. He's growing. He's getting better.
That's funny. That's what Michael said off mic. Also, he's getting challenged. So
and that's good. That's the way you get better, and that just says that we got good players around him. So
that's great. And for folks who don't know, pretty good bloodlines with his dad, former major leaguer.
Yeah, Tracy's a former big leaguer with the Dodgers, and so we've known about him for several years, and been excited to get him here. And you know, the thing that Michael said is so true is this freshman class is really tight. I mean, there's a bunch of guys that are really locked in together, and that's a fun thing for the future. You know, as you're trying to continue to retain your players, and so hopefully that'll be good things that'll help us do that in the next couple of years.
Ooh, that sounds really good. All right, you've had practice this week, also a pretty significant event. The first of the week, I think it was Monday, but the official naming unveiling of what is now Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, thanks to the generosity of Chip and Joanna Gaines in Magnolia.
Really big deal, really a neat gift from them, and an investment in our program. It was so much fun to have them out to the ballpark, to be able to honor them and do that, and to get them around our players, and for our players to get a chance to be around them as well. What great people, what great representatives of our university and of our community, and for them to step up like that, it's very heartfelt for me. You know, and we're very, very thankful. They're going to make a difference, and so we're proud for it to be Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, and hope everybody's excited to come out and lock arms with them. You know, together we're trying to build it, and they're doing a heck of a part for us.
Ooh, I love that. That is so cool. We appreciate them very much. Now, am I right? Chip came to Baylor to play baseball, right? Initially.
Yeah, he was. He was a junior college player that transferred here, and it was my very first year here back in like the fall of '94, spring of '95.
Do you remember young Chip Gaines?
I remember.
He wasn't here very long.
No, but I remember young Chip Gaines, and I was 28 years old at the time myself, I think. So how about that? But yeah, he came out and gave it a good effort. And then it just didn't quite work out, but he's done pretty good for himself.
He has done well.
So we're sure proud of him, and he loves this place, and he loves Baylor, and he loves our program. He loves baseball, and so. You know, to put Magnolia's name on our ballpark was really a cool thing.
Love that. What does this do for you?
Well, it's going to open up the opportunity for us to get a player development facility. I mean, that's what we need.
Which has been on the drawing board for a while, right?
It has, and you know, one of the things that I just say is this: we built the Baylor ballpark 26 years ago now. Okay, I mean 27 years ago, and it was phenomenal when we built it. It was the talk of college baseball. It was one of the top facilities, if not the best facility in all of college baseball, and everything that touches the players or that touches the fans is still phenomenal. But the parts that touch the players, we've got to keep keeping up with the Joneses, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
So our indoor player development facility, we need a new one there. We need improved locker rooms. We need classroom space. There's just lots of things. And so Chip and Joanna stepping up like they did is going to make this kind of thing a much more doable project.
That's terrific. So does that go into high speed right now?
I think it's going into high speed. I know we're continuing to work on it.
Okay.
I'm ready for them to start. I've got a shovel in my truck. We will break ground tomorrow if we need to. But you know, we're very excited, and I'm excited that you know, when this happens, it's just, for me, it's one of the things that says, hey, this is going to happen. It's going to happen. And so that's a big pump.
Nice, very good. All right, I want you to talk about this year's team and your group. Let's take a break. We'll do that when we come back. Mitch Thompson is with us, Baylor head baseball coach. Season is less than a month away. February 13th is the opener for Baylor baseball. We'll continue with Coach Thompson live from Rudy's in just a moment on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is a longtime supporter of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Baylor fans are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and get your own custom Baylor Bear debit card. With 6 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oil field trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Coaches Show live from Rudy's, our inaugural show for the spring semester. We're here every Thursday now through probably May, every Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. Streaming on the Baylor Athletics YouTube channel, so you can watch the show or listen on our flagship station where Aaron Sexton is manning the controls. We continue with Mitch Thompson, Baylor head baseball coach, and got some great notes from Max Calderon, who does such a great job with athletic communications. One of the things he said that you're most excited about is the versatility of this team and these guys that you have this year.
Yeah, we've got our team's taken another step up athletically, I think. I think we run better. I think we we have the ability to play multiple positions on defense. I use TJ Woodson as an example. We've got Brighton Clements that can do the same thing, Pearson Reebok in the infield, Cade Dodson. And so we can mix and match, and we can move guys around a little bit better. We've got guys who can play both the infield and the outfield. We've got guys who are, going to play the infield and pitch.
Yeah.
And so the versatility, I think, is a big thing, especially when we go from a roster of 40 players to down to 34 players. It's much more important for those type of things, and this group's they give us that versatility. And right now we're working on trying to figure out all the things that they can do so that we can be ready to take advantage of them the best we can during the season.
Good. 34-man roster, 20 newcomers, I think, is the number, and then the rest are new to the program this year, either freshmen or transfers or JUCO guys.
Yep.
It seemed like a really good mix there.
Yeah, we have 37 total guys right now. I mean, 34 is the limit unless you have the extra DSLs that we're allowed, and Baylor's allowed us to do that, and we're in great shape with that. So, it's a great group of guys. We've got 4 transfers, 4 JUCO guys, a bunch of freshmen, and then returners. And so, we're returning on our team 5 guys that have hit over 500 position player guys at Division I baseball. That's pretty rare, I would think. And so these guys have done that before. We need them to keep taking steps up and continue to improve. We return a lot of innings on the mound. And I think we're going to be able to play a fun brand of baseball. I think we're going to be a solid defensive club. I think we're going to pitch pretty good, and I think that the guys are going to like watching these guys run around the field, both on offense and defense, and make plays.
Good. I was going to ask you about the arms. You feel good about how that's shaping up?
Well, yeah. During the fall, we had several guys that were kind of on the shelf that we were having to nurse back into health, and some of them, having some things done, and so all of those things are coming along at the right pace. All those guys are showing progress, is showing signs of being able to be here and help us this spring. And in the game of baseball, if you can't pitch, you can't win.
Yeah.
And so it'll be important for us to have those guys and to have as much depth as possible. But knock on wood, all looks good right now, and we're excited about where they're at.
All right, can we count on as much improvement stat-wise in the pitching staff as we saw from 2 years ago to last year? Can we do that again? Like your ERA was like 2 runs per game lower last year.
Yeah, we go down 2 more, we're going to lead the nation. We're going to lead the nation.
That's right.
So I'm ready to see it. I'll throw that on SNED tomorrow, see if we can get that. But no, from a 6.5 to a 4.5 ERA. From being one of the best teams in the country, or one of the worst teams in the country for throwing strikes and walking people, to being one of the better teams in the country, in the top 10% in the country, was a huge step in year one. And really like what I'm seeing from our guys. Our guys have thrown a bullpen that I've gotten to watch, and we're going to throw live to hitters here on Friday and Saturday, and have some live BP off the arms throwing there, and so it'll be another step forward for them. But I'm excited and intrigued to watch them continue to develop.
You mentioned Coach Snedeker, Sean Snedeker, your pitching coach. Rest of your staff is back, and man, I never get tired of saying how great your staff is.
Well, they love this place. I'll tell you that. They love this place. They love these kids. They're fantastic coaches, fantastic people. Coach Jim Blair, Coach Zach Dillon. Not only great coaches on the field, but really hard workers, incredible recruiters. Sean Snedeker, we've got Darren Thomas and Brian Furlong back as well, and coming soon, I think those guys will have the handcuffs lifted off of them in the next year or so, where they're able to even get on the field and coach as well.
Oh, nice.
That'll take us to a whole nother level as well, because right now they have to kind of coach the coaches on some of the things that we end up coaching them on. But we're blessed to have the staff that we have. Josh Barnhill, our trainer, phenomenal. Really like the people that we have, and I think our program is continuing to tick up, and that's a fun thing to see.
Is that an NCAA move change that you see coming?
Yeah, we're thinking that's at the ABCA convention this last week, we were told that they feel very strongly that that's something that's going to come, where they're going to take the gloves off.
Yeah.
I think as with most rules, football or basketball kind of start them all, right? And I think football basically got the okay so that everybody could get on the field and do their thing well. That's going to open it up for the rest of us.
That's true. You're probably right there. What's the schedule look like for you?
Yeah, very challenging. We're going to open up this home weekend, first weekend, February 13th at home. with New Mexico State, a 3-game series with them. The next weekend we go to the Round Rock tournament down at Dell Diamond, which will be a phenomenal tournament. Oregon State, Purdue, Southern Miss are there. The next weekend we go to Houston and play at I can't remember the name of the park. Dakin Park. There you go. Yeah. And we'll play down there and play Ole Miss, Texas, and UTSA. Wow. So, we're just tiptoeing in. No real great competition. Yeah. And then the following weekend we'll play Air Force here, and that'll be our 4 non-conference weekends before we crank up conference.
All right, very good. And I don't want your time to slide by without a pat on the back to the student athletes on your team. And some schools, that's a term that I don't think is used much anymore, but it applies here, and y'all had a great fall in the classroom.
I'm proud of our kids. I really am. Our guys, for the second time in the last 3 semesters, we've had the 2 best semesters academically in the history of the program.
Wow.
3.52 last year during one of the semesters. This fall, we were at 3.48. Wow. So the second best all-time semester GPA. You're talking 37 guys off a college baseball team that want to go to Omaha, that are working to go to Omaha. That's their goal, but they still get it. And I think that's actually what I tweeted out. These guys get it. IT in a capital IT. Yeah. And it's about getting a degree. It's about being a student athlete, and I'm really proud of who they are and what they do in the classroom, how they represent us. And I think it's a sign of good things to come. I think winners win.
Yeah, absolutely, in every way. I don't remember, but I don't think I had a 3.48 GPA at any point.
You could have added them up, probably one semester to the next, maybe got there. But yeah,
Fort Hays State education.
Yeah.
I really don't remember, but I don't think it was that. So
I'm not sure my Fort Hays one. Yeah, I don't know. We're not going to talk about that.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back with Coach Thompson, your questions from the audience, as we continue on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank, live from Rudy's.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't buy from social media ads unless the ad is from a verified company. When you click those ads, you open yourself up to fraud. If it seems too good to be true, it almost always is.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by...
Is Bob going on and on again?
The Tundra is...
That's just like him.
And to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit toyota.com today.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 of Vengeance cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See toyota.com for offer details. Offer available in select states and ends 2/2/26.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And back with us on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. One more segment with Coach Mitch Thompson, Baylor baseball coach. And a couple things I want to make sure we mention. Heart of the Order, the support group for baseball. Man, that is so great. I wish we could get the word out more because y'all put on good Heart of the Order luncheons.
Well, we do. We're going to have 5 of them coming up again this spring, and throughout the spring we'll be updating our fans and updating the Heart of the Order members on giving them inside tips and inside things that are happening with our program. They'll get to meet some of our players, spend some time with our coaches. It's a big deal for us, and it's a huge help for our program. And so when we get new Heart of the Order members, it's a big fist pump, and when people make big donations to it, it really helps out. And so we want to encourage everybody in town, and all of our former players and all the alumni. We got to get everybody involved in this, and we'll take it to a whole nother level if we can get some more help.
Very good. Sign me up. I think it's great. Your luncheons are so informative. I mean, I take notes on my phone at the luncheons because there's so much good information there. So.
We want the folks to get to meet our kids too, and when they do, they're blown away by the high level of kid that we have in our program.
And you've got your leadoff dinner coming up on January 31st.
Yeah, it's coming up here in a couple of weeks on Saturday night. It'll be the leadoff dinner. We're going to have Jason Jennings come and be the keynote. The keynote interview with me, and I'm so excited to have Jason back. 1999 NCAA College Player of the Year, the only player in college baseball history to win all 5 National Player of the Year awards, the very first one to do that.
Wow.
The only player out of 23,000 Major League Baseball players in the history of the game, the only one that in his Major League debut threw a complete game shutout and hit a home run in that game. And so to have Diesel back on campus, I mean, he's our Heisman Trophy winner, and it's going to be fun to have him in front of our players. It's going to be fun for us to kind of honor him and have him back.
Very cool. That'll be great. So that's January 31st. People want information. Sign up. Where do they get that?
You can sign up online, definitely through the website, and check out our Twitter page. I mean, it's all over there. We want them there, and we ought to pack that place out. We're going to have it at the Herd Welcome Center. It'll be a really neat event.
Very cool. All right, let's get through these questions here. Roy asked, do unlimited cupcakes come with the Magnolia sponsorship partnership?
Yeah, we might have to talk to him about that. Yeah, I mean, every time we hit a bomb, we throw out some cupcakes. I don't know about unlimited, Roy. You're going to have to check on that one, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a great idea. With NIL continuing to grow, do you think that players that are drafted later will start staying in school longer?
I think it's happening big time in college baseball. I don't think it's we've ever had a higher talent level of players in college baseball than we do right now. Colleges are able to kind of match and sometimes keep those players from going into professional baseball. The other thing that's helping is Major League Baseball has shrunk their draft from 50 rounds down to 20, and the word is on the street that they're going to shrink it again. And when they do that, we're just going to get more and more guys to come on to college baseball. So I think the talent level of college baseball is going to continue to ratchet up, which is all the more reason that we need to continue to do what we need to do to get us the facilities that we need to do so we can compete at that level.
Yeah, get them here.
Yep.
All right, final question. This is from Taylor. Where's Taylor? Who has this? Okay, Taylor's right back there. She asked, I love this, if you had a walk-up song, what would it be? for him, right?
Yeah, for
Mitch?
me. Well, my wife and kids would tell you that my walk-up song would be Queen, I Want It All, and I Want It Now. So we'll just go with that. Yeah, I want it all, and I want it now.
All right, I like that. Very good. All right, very good. Let's make that happen.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it, and we'll have you back during the season. Good luck preseason practices.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, John. Appreciate everybody.
All right, thanks. Coach Mitch Thompson, Baylor baseball coach. Season begins February 13th. Season tickets available right now. Go to BaylorBears.com/tickets. Back to wrap things up on the Baylor Coaches Show right after this.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is a longtime supporter of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Baylor fans are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and get your own custom bank.
We'll have 20 seconds. Yeah, I was just doing the math, and I was like, oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, 20 seconds exactly. All right. You don't need any kind of countdown, do you? I can. It's no big deal.
Associates is voted
10 seconds. Okay. Yeah, no worries.
Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated
Yeah.
Rejoin ends a couple seconds early, so it won't be exact. Eye Health. Enjoy the for you, if you're just timing it out in your head. And work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And back with just enough time to wrap things up. Say thanks to Michael Woodson and Mitch Thompson for being with us tonight. Next week, please come join us or tune in. We'll have Felicia Mulkey with us and new Baylor Athletic Director Doug McNamee will be here next Thursday. We'll see you then on our next